You're not answering. Don't tell me you're still chasing that dream. How lame. Everyone else has moved on and is thinking about their future.
Yeah, you weren't at the reunion the other day, were you?
Actually, I'm trying to become an actress, so I'm a bit short on cash. That's why I didn't go.
Wow, we're all 28 already. Time flies.
Hey, did you hear? She got married.
Oh, that's great news. Amid the lively chatter of a crowded izakaya. Though they still looked like they did in high school, they had all become working adults, reminiscing at their own tables. And I, Hiroto Maino, was also listening to my old classmates talk about what they've been up to.
Hey, Mino, you all by yourself?
Then, Kengo Kuroki, a former classmate, came over while I was taking a little break from all the talking. From what I'd heard, he landed a job at a major corporation and was already on track to become a manager. He was also one of the organizers of this reunion. Yeah, I was just taking a little break.
Oh, I see. So, how have you been lately?
He had a friendly smile on his face, but it was clear there was something he wanted to hear from me. I'm working as a full-time salesman now.
Playing it safe, I see. Did you give up on the dream you had in high school? You know, becoming a novelist?
Why would he bring that up now? That's right. For a long time now, I've had a dream of making a living as a novelist. He never said it to my face, but being a realist, he always scoffed at my dream back then.
You're not answering. Don't tell me you're still chasing that dream. How lame.
My silence must have told him that I hadn't given up on my dream, but I hadn't become a novelist either. I had nothing to say. At this age, you can't help but realize it. Just how reckless the dream of becoming a novelist is.
Everyone else has moved on and is thinking about their future. It's ridiculous that you're still clinging to such a reckless dream. Shouldn't you face reality already? Only a handful of people can actually make a living as a novelist. Of course, it's a different story if you're confident you can be one of them. Haha.
Having faced reality, gotten on the fast track, and succeeded, he probably felt justified in telling me my dream was wrong. Satisfied after thoroughly mocking me for still living in a dream, he cheerfully went to another table. What was supposed to be a fun reunion ended with his words piercing deep into my heart as I headed home. I know that already. Only a few talented writers can make a living from it, and I'm not one of them. I know that giving up is the most realistic and safest choice, but... With Kuroki's words running through my mind, I wasn't in the mood to write, so I went for a stroll. Walking a different route than usual, I happened to spot an old bookstore and decided to go in for a change of pace. Looking around inside, I noticed a man who seemed to be the owner watching TV in a room at the back of the store. It's a common sight in shops run by elderly owners. The sound seemed a bit dramatic, but I decided to ignore it and browse. I always dreamed of seeing my own books on a shelf like this someday. Haruyuki Higashida's work is always so good. If only I could write stories like him.
Grandpa, I bought the thing you asked for. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was a customer. Wait, are you?
Could you be Tsujimoto?
Yes! Are you Mino? It's been so long!
The person who came into the bookstore was Ai Tsujimoto, a classmate from high school. Apparently, the shop was run by her grandfather, Kiyoshi Nishikawa.
It's really been about 10 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, you weren't at the reunion the other day, were you?
Actually, I'm trying to become an actress, so I'm a bit short on cash. That's why I didn't go. I don't remember if I told you, but after high school, I went to a vocational school with a theater program. I didn't pass the agency auditions, so now I'm working part-time as a freelance actress.
I see.
Since we're here, why don't we go for a little walk? As for this shop...
Whoa, Maki-chan, Maki-chan!
My grandpa's busy with his fanboying.
Oh, so he was fanboying. He looks quite old, but he's a pretty energetic grandpa.
My grandpa suddenly got into being a superfan after he retired.
After leaving the shop, we walked to a nearby coastal road.
He's already 80, but it keeps him energetic, so I guess it's a good thing. He may look like that, but you shouldn't underestimate him.
Still, I never knew you were aiming to be an actress, Tsujimoto.
Yeah, when I was in elementary school, I met an actress who was visiting incognito. She was so famous that even I had seen her on TV. I recognized her because she happened to have her mask off. I know it was rude now, but I couldn't help but talk to her. And then she said, "Let's keep this our little secret," and shook my hand. I was so happy, and her presence was just incredible. That's when I decided I wanted to be just like her. Right now, I'm taking lessons at a school while working part-time, and I only get small jobs every now and then. I'm not even sure if I can call myself an actress yet, but one day, I'm definitely going to star in a famous drama or play.
That's a great dream. But it's easier said than done, isn't it? It must be really tough.
It is. But chasing your dream is so much fun. Just imagining myself having achieved it gets me all excited. Sure, life can be tough sometimes, but I know I'll never regret chasing my dream.
Her sparkling words reminded me of my own high school days. Back then, I picked up a book by a famous author named Haruyuki Higashida out of pure curiosity. I was so captivated by the story that I was hooked from the very first sentence, and before I knew it, I'd stayed up all night to finish it. I want to become a novelist who can write stories as amazing as this. From that moment on, I aspired to make a living as a novelist and started writing. In the end, the furthest I've gotten is passing the first round of judging for a newcomers award named the Marukoa Prize. Tsujimoto, actually, I'm trying to become a novelist. I was wondering if I should give up on this dream, but listening to you reminded me of why I started. And it made me realize that there's nothing shameful about continuing to chase a dream, no matter how difficult it is to achieve. It seems I had unconsciously come to believe that chasing a dream at this age was embarrassing. That belief itself is what's truly shameful. I was laughed at and thought about quitting, but I've worked so hard to get this far. If I give up now, it's all over. So I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah, that's the spirit. As fellow dreamers, let's do our best together.
And so, we exchanged contact information and decided to walk toward our dreams together, encouraging each other along the way. Excuse me, do you have any past winners of the Marukoa Prize?
Sure do. Why do you ask?
I've become a familiar face to Nishikawa. Whenever I needed a book, I'd come to this shop. Well, it's a bit embarrassing, but I've been aiming for the Marukoa Prize, so I want to read all the winning works to analyze the trends.
Then this is on the house. A 30-volume set of Marukoa Prize winners. Take this.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I can't accept this. I'll pay for them.
Don't refuse. This is my way of being a supporter.
Isn't your definition of supporter a little too broad? Just like with Tsujimoto, it seems Nishikawa loves to support people's dreams.
This brings back memories.
In the end, I was practically forced to accept the 30 books, with the promise of helping him organize his shelves next time. What do you mean brings back memories? I wondered if something about my actions had triggered a memory for Nishikawa, just as I was about to ask.
Why would you say such a thing?
Huh?
After I loved you so much. So... wait, you should have told me you were here, Mayano.
Ai sometimes comes over while practicing her acting like this. She must have found an interesting drama and been inspired by it.
Don't analyze it so calmly.
6 months had passed since we started working towards our dreams together. Meanwhile, as for Kuroki...
Hey, did you know? Apparently, Tsujimoto is still trying to become an actress. She's going to be in a promotional event at the mall, so she sent me the announcement.
That day, he was out drinking with some old classmates.
Tsujimoto? Oh, the one who didn't come to the reunion. Huh?
As he saw the announcement on a phone during the conversation, his eyes widened. So being an actress isn't just about acting. It involves this kind of work too. 2 weeks later, I was at a shopping mall event space with Nishikawa. The reason was that the promotional event was being held here, and Tsujimoto was participating as an MC's assistant.
It's just a small job, and the pay is honestly not great, but just having this on my resume is a huge step forward. I'll do my best.
Soon, the event started, and Tsujimoto appeared on stage with the MC. Unlike the MC, she barely spoke. The audience's eyes were almost never on her. However, her job was important, guiding guests and preparing props to ensure the event ran smoothly, and exchanging simple remarks with the MC. Tsujimoto is smiling and trying so hard. She diligently performs the role she's been given, no matter how small the job. I was watching her dazzling performance when, at that moment...
Excuse me, coming through. Hey, you're Mino?
Kuroki. After the event started, it was Kuroki who pushed past me, trying to get as close to the front of the audience as possible. I couldn't imagine him being interested in a small promotional event in a shopping mall, so why was he here?
Mino, do you know him?
Yes, he's a former classmate. Kuroki, what are you doing here?
A friend told me that Tsujimoto will be at this event. I didn't pay much attention to her in high school, but seeing her again after all this time, she's gorgeous.
Tsujimoto never stopped working on herself to become an actress. It was no wonder her already beautiful features had become even more polished. But it felt strange to hear words of praise for her from him, a man who detested unrealistic dreams.
But man, it must be tough. She's 28 and doesn't even get to speak on stage. Can she really become an actress like this? I figure she must be struggling and in need of support, and I guess I was right to come.
Even if she was just an assistant, I knew how hard Tsujimoto had worked to stand on that stage. I don't know if he meant any harm, but his insensitive comments made my anger boil over. As soon as the event ended, I grabbed Kuroki's arm. Hey, Kuroki, come with me!
Well, what's with you all of a sudden?
I dragged Kuroki away from the event space and finally unleashed the anger I've been holding back. This event is a huge step forward for her dream, so you have no right to look down on it. Don't you ever say anything so condescending again, you got it?
Hey, I'm just stating the fact. Why are you getting so worked up? Is it because you still haven't given up on becoming a novelist? Then let me give you a piece of advice. That's just a weak person's way of escaping reality because they can't admit they're failing. You probably think if you hit it big, your life will turn around in an instant, right? Too bad life doesn't work that way. Why don't you start facing reality even now? If you do, you might not be as successful as me, but at least your life will be better than it is now.
Novelist, actress. To him, making a living in these professions probably seemed unrealistic and comical, but... Kuroki, we're not trying to achieve our dreams just to turn our lives around. We're chasing our dreams because we have a strong passion that we can't let go of. It's because we truly believe that our dreams will come true someday, no matter how long it takes.
What? You seriously think you can make a living as a novelist?
It's easy to just dismiss it as impossible from the start. That way, you can always walk a stable path. But if there's even the slightest chance, I want to take it. Honestly, after you, the winner in life, said that at the reunion, I consider giving up on my dream of becoming a novelist. But if I give up, I'll be throwing away even the small possibility that it might have come true someday. That's why I want to keep moving towards my dream, even if people think it's reckless. Because I've learned that it's never shameful to struggle for your dream, no matter how far away it seems. That's right, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Now I can't even imagine why I ever felt ashamed. I'm not gonna deny the path you've chosen. That's one choice to make. But I can't stand you laughing at Tsujimoto's hard work as if it's nothing.
I don't get it. What makes you believe your dream will come true? You can't just hit 30, realize it's impossible, and start over, and yet you still...
You keep dismissing his dream as reckless, but I don't think it's reckless at all.
Huh? Who are you to butt in?
Mino has a talent. The talent of not giving up, of being able to keep moving towards his dream. There are probably many writers in this world who are better than him at writing interesting stories. However, the talent to persevere and continue working towards a dream without getting discouraged is also rare. From what I hear, the only people around you still chasing their dreams are him and my granddaughter, right?
That's not a talent. If you try too hard to defend him, you'll just make things worse, old man.
I wonder about that. Coming from Haruyuki Higashida, who debuted at 40, it should be pretty convincing, don't you think?
Haruyuki Higashida?
The truth is, Nishikawa's real identity was Haruyuki Higashida, the author I had admired for so long. I learned during my visits that after retiring, he had started running a used bookstore as a hobby. It's a fresh memory how he seemed a little taken aback when I declared I would never wash the hand he shook.
You talk about him being almost 30, but there's no rule that says you have to succeed at your dream by the age of 30.
Seeing me aim for the Marukawa Prize must have reminded him of his younger self, and he found it endearing. When I learned the truth, I apologized for my rudeness during the time I was unaware. But he asked me to treat him as I always had, so I continued to visit the shop simply as his granddaughter's friend, and a regular customer.
I debuted as a novelist at the age of 40. It was quite late, but my dream still came true, didn't it?
But you succeeded because you had talent, right?
I don't know if I had talent as a writer or not. The only thing I can say for sure is that I also had the talent of not giving up on my dream. After all, even when I turned 30, like you mentioned, and everyone around me told me to give up, I kept writing.
The important thing is to keep going and to enjoy the adventure. This is a line from one of Higashida's novels. He, too, was once a dreamer before becoming a famous author. As I got older and reality became clearer, I was unsure how to face my dream. But meeting Tsujimoto helped me remember where my dream began. I'll never forget the excitement and shock I felt when I first read that book. I'll use that as my fuel and keep moving forward. Let me make this clear. No matter what you say to us, neither she nor I will give up on our dreams.
To have Haruyuki Higashida on your side. Just don't come crying to me when you ignore my advice and it's too late to turn back.
As if he couldn't stand to talk any longer, he stormed off. I thought Kuroki wouldn't bother us again. But of all things, he had come to the employee entrance of the shopping mall. Having had business meetings at this mall before, he knew the employee entrance that the event performers would use.
Oh, you're...
Tsujimoto. It's Kuroki, your old classmate. Don't you remember? I came to see your event today.
Kuroki, did a friend tell you about it? Thank you for coming.
That's right, and I was really impressed seeing you work so hard today. If you're free, how about we go out for a celebration? My treat.
Thank you. I really appreciate the thought, but I have plans after this.
Don't say that. Let's get some good food to recharge for your next gig.
I'm sorry, but I can't cancel on them now, so...
She didn't want to be rude to a classmate who had come all the way to her event. But she couldn't change her plans, so she apologized and tried to leave. However...
I didn't want to be this direct, but I guess I have no choice. You need money, don't you? You're working like this, but I doubt the pay is any good. You didn't come to the reunion because you didn't have the money, right? You probably have to pinch pennies to get by, and I bet there have been times you wish you could buy better beauty products.
So, what's your point?
Well, I work for a major corporation, so my job is stable and the salary is good. I'm on track to become a manager, so my salary will just keep going up. If you agree to go out with me, I promise to fully support your dream. What do you say?
For a moment, Tsujimoto just stared back at Kuroki. Then, she opened her mouth to speak.
Then let me be clear too. I refuse.
Well, what? I'm trying to help you.
Sorry, but I know that you're a realist who looks down on dreamers. You're probably mocking my dream of becoming an actress in your head, aren't you? In fact, you're looking down on this dream and even trying to use it for your own convenience. Am I wrong?
No, that's not...
Kuroki was captivated by Tsujimoto's polished beauty, which he hadn't seen in a long time. Kuroki already had a girlfriend, but he saw Tsujimoto as financially struggling and in a vulnerable position. So he had a devilish thought that if he dangled a little money, he could easily get her as a plaything.
Come to think of it, Mino dragged you away, didn't he? I saw it from the stage. I was wondering what happened. You must have said something incredibly insensitive to make him that angry. Did you laugh at his dream too? He must have given you an earful. So why don't you ever learn?
Fine, but are you sure you want to turn down my offer here? You're struggling with money, right? You need funds to become an actress. You might be okay now, but what about the future? Rejecting my support here is a bad move, no matter how you look at it.
What you're saying makes sense. But I haven't fallen so low that I need to rely on someone who's just trying to use me. I'll make my dream come true with my own 2 hands. And don't you come apologizing to me when I'm starring on the big stage.
All you people ever talk about is dreams. Why can't you understand that you can't live off something like that? Don't come regretting this later, thinking you should have accepted my offer.
Kuroki came to this event he had no interest in, just to try and gag Tsujimoto. But he, who couldn't understand the radiance of her chasing a dream, and Tsujimoto would never see eye to eye. Muttering about what a complete waste of time it was, he stormed off in a huff. After that, Kuroki continued dating his girlfriend as if nothing had happened. But one day, he apparently scoffed at a small dream his girlfriend had finally confided in him.
I can't be with you anymore. We're breaking up.
Wait, that's not what I meant. It was just...
It's necessary to face reality, but there are also people who need dreams. He succeeded by facing reality, but that doesn't give him the right to laugh at other people's dreams, does it? And as for Tsujimoto and me, we're continuing to work hard towards our respective dreams. You got another offer? That's amazing!
Yeah, it's not a huge job, but I need to build up my experience first.
Whoa, aye!
I'll cheer for you too. Nishikawa, can I borrow a light stick? Nishikawa also enjoys cheering for us as we move towards our dreams. And I too was taking small but steady steps forward. I passed the second round of judging for the Marukawa prize. This is a first, at this rate. You can't live off a dream. There are more than a few people who end their lives without their dreams coming true. Not everyone who doesn't give up will succeed like Nishikawa. So why do people have dreams and chase them? Hey, Tsujimoto. I've decided to keep pushing toward this dream, no matter what. And I want you to be there to see it when my dreams come true. Will you go out with me?
Mino, I want you to see me one day, acting on a grand stage. So yes, I'd love to.
Because as long as you keep moving forward, someday, your dream might just become a reality.
Aw, it was so cute when Mino asked Tsujimoto out. Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.